Hey everyone, welcome back. We're up to day 4, I believe, of our Jump in Jan, and we're just carrying on from where we left off yesterday, which was about lead conversions. So in today's session, we're going to be covering a bit of the Lightning App Builder and how we can change the layout to make it more user-friendly or more kind of easy to understand for people to get to where they want to get to for all of our sales reps and people who are actually using the org. So if we jump into our Salesforce playground from yesterday, let's have a look at where we kind of finished yesterday. We were looking at the lead conversion, about mapping our fields, and where I want us to go to today is actually into our accounts. So from our accounts, let's open up our newly created account from yesterday. This is the example company for me, and maybe something a bit different for you. And straight away, I'm noticing when I first come in, it's taking me to this related page. All right, so I can see that we've got a contact here who's related to this account. That's our Bob Billy from last time. We've got an open opportunity. We've got some cases, some notes and attachments, and then this related partners list here, which I'm not too sure what's going on there, but in our example, this isn't really relevant to us as partners one. So I'm thinking I kind of want to maybe remove that. Also the related list, I'm thinking, it'd be much better to just go straight to the details list instead and see all of the details here. This news tab, we're not really going to be using the news tab all that much, so I might get rid of that one as well. So there's a few things here that I want to switch up, and we're going to have a look at how we can do that. The first thing we want to do is come up to our setup menu and then go to edit page. Now, we've actually been here before, I think on session 2, when things weren't loading properly, so we had to go in and have a look at what was going on. But in our Lightning App Builder, which is where we're going right now, we're going to be able to change a lot about how the page is set up, how all of the different blocks, all the different kind of sections of the page are set up. And it's different from the page layout, which is just for the fields. So our page layout is just for rearranging the order of the fields, making fields hidden and such. But our Lightning App Builder, which is what's coming up here, is more the bigger picture. It's looking at the entire layout of the page and how we can move things around and how we can use it. All right. So let's have a look at what we've got going on here in the Lightning App Builder. We've got our main screen in the middle, which is the current layout that we have. And then on the left, we've got all of these different kind of components that we can drag in to this section. All right, heaps going on here. And if we had any custom ones that we created, then you can add those in as well. On the right-hand side, there's kind of some more information about whatever you've clicked on. So if I click up the top here, this is our highlights panel, and you can see it's popping up on my right panel over here where we can see a little bit more about it. Okay, like how many visible buttons do you want to be seen, things like that. Now, I'm quite interested in this section here. This is where we wanted to change things up a bit. Right, so when I click onto this one, I can see that we've got these different tabs. We've got related, details, and news. And the default tab, which is opened at the beginning, is actually related, when I'm thinking I'd really like that to be details instead. I'm also thinking that it'd be nice if the details tab was first and then the related tab. So I'm just going to rearrange them by dragging and dropping them like this. And then we don't really need the news one at all, so I'm just going to remove that news one completely. So that was nice and easy, not too bad. If I go into this related tab here, all right, and then click on this section, we can see that it's using the related list type, which is default, and we wanted to get rid of this partners list. All right, so I would have to go to the account layout and actually remove the partners list from my account page layout. All right, first I'm just going to save this before I do anything else, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. So we save, we make sure that we've activated it. And remember, when we go to activate it, we have a bunch of different options. You can make it the org default. you can make it the default just for this app, which is the sales app that we're in at the moment, or by app, record type, and profiles. Now, we haven't covered record types and profiles, but we will get to those. So for now, you don't need to know too much about them. Just know that this option exists, and we'll come back and learn a bit about those next week. So for our org default, I'm just going to assign this one nice and simple as the org default for desktop and phone. So it means wherever you are in your Salesforce org, this is going to be the default page that you'll see. Wonderful, it's been saved. So now I'm going to have a look at the account layout, because we want to remove that partners from our related list. All right, so it's opening up my page layout in my account. We're in Setup and Object Manager, which is quite nice. And if I scroll down on this page, all right, we can see all the fields here, and we can see all of their bit of information. And then we've got this related list section. Found it. All right, contacts, opportunities, cases, open activities, activity history, notes and attachments, and partners. So we're just going to remove the partners related list and then give that a save. All right, if I go back to my Lightning App Builder, there's a whole bunch of other stuff here that you can add. All right, anything on this side you can go ahead and put on this page. So we have flows, we have other related lists, we have paths, all right, which is kind of that step-by-step path that we saw in the lead. You can put in documents, you can put in more information about a particular record, you can put in charts, you can put in rich text. There's heaps and heaps that you can put in here. So have a play around, see what's interesting to you. If there's anything in particular that you want to change in your related list or on your details section, then you can go ahead and go to your page layout and then edit it there and save it and come back. Once you're happy with it, make sure that you've saved it here, you've activated it, and then you can go back and double check that all your changes have been confirmed, that they've all been made. We always want to be testing this stuff out and just making sure that it all works, right? Beautiful. So straight away I can see it's taking me to my details tab. Then I can go to the related tab next. So I love that, so much easier. And then down the bottom, there's no more partners related lists, which is quite nice because we don't need that for this particular example. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative. You learned something new, and we'll see you back for our next day in our Jump in Jan series.